Hey, so if you watched the previous video, you would know why I was doing this one called biohacking. Now, biohacking is not new. It's just that if you're not into anything of hacking, then it won't occur to you to look up something into biohacking, or it could be a mistake or conversation you've come across with someone like I have. And my client told me that her friend is a biohacker, and I was like, what? And when certain words come across certain people and it stands out, we want to know what the hell is that. So biohacking is literally just hacking the bio the it's anyways, biohacking is just hacking or hijacking anything that's living or anything that's alive. So it's very simple. So if you drink liquor, whoever created the substance of that liquor or that poison, and you drink it, they already know what's going to happen. So they hacked you based on what you've bought, liquor. They already know what it's going to do. They made it into a substance that it's legal to sell because it's going to do this to you. And that's why they put the warning label on it. If you take vitamins, medication, or anything over the counter, you are hacking into your system to create or produce an outcome. If you eat healthy food, healthy, I'm not going to say organic, healthy, natural food, you're going to get it healthy. You're hacking into your system to produce a certain outcome of something alive. If you eat toxic food, don't expect to go to the Olympics because along the way your body's going to break down. So now taking the word biohack to the next level. How do you do that? Well, I don't have my hands on it and I don't have connection with those people, but there are laboratories out here and chemistry labs where these things are always being produced. And there are people who get paid to work for them. The company goes, take this, let me know how you feel. And these people get paid because they can tell the most instant and smallest change in their body because they're so aware and they're so in tune with what they do throughout the day. Like they could just be living a normal lifestyle, but they can just tell a normal change. So somebody told me that they needed to stay up and do a report for law school. The person said take this, and they only took half, and they said they was able to stay up all night for 2 days without getting tired, without getting tired. And they was like, oh shoot, this really worked. Now, are there things out there that can trigger amazing outcomes? Emphatically, yes. The side effects, everything has a side effect. Side effects aren't bad. It's just the fact that we hear this all the time. You go to the hospital to give you a medication, the side effect was this. Well, if your approach was not holistic enough to watch for every single change leading up into that moment, then yes, you're gonna have bad side effects. Absolutely. So when taking, so now I'm talking about pharmaceutical stuff. So when taking drugs, a vitamin is a drug, a food is a drug, food and drug administration. When doing certain things to your body on a chemical level, right? To trigger certain things for a specific outcome, right? The good thing is going to happen, right? When you learn that and you're of a person of a holistic approach, Like for instance, I've had to talk with people that said that when they, when they do ganja or weed or marijuana or plants or herbs, they get very aroused, male and female. So if you know that you get aroused, then you do herbs also that complement that, and that would help to actually balance your intake. I mean, the side effect of smoking. So if you know you like to smoke and it gets aroused, then you have to do antioxidants. Why am I whispering? This is going live. So you know you have to do antioxidants or some sort to take care of the lungs. There's you have to take herbs or antioxidants good for the throat, the thyroid gland, and then antioxidants to cure to prevent free radicals from going overboard. So you see what I'm saying? So we've been doing it all the time. It's just that we're not a some. I don't know who's aware of it. I don't know if the majority is aware of it or not. So bodybuilders are very good biohackers, because they can make their body appear a certain way on the specific date of the time and time they went to hit the stage. Athletes are very good biohackers. So that's why the Food and Drug Administration makes so much money, because if they can make something and create something and give it to an athlete and then sponsor them through a company and then hide it, they would be so amazing. And they would make so much money because that athlete is going to win. So that's why drugs are found later, 20, 30 years later, in the system, the blood system of that person. And then their gold medal was stripped, whatever the case is, because these people learn how to biohack the human body into making it perform better. Now, so biohacking is literally just take. So if you know an apple is good for you, why is an apple good for you? Go to the molecular level of it, and then you'll figure out why. So biohacking is literally about going to the molecular substance level of that particular food or drug and seeing what it does to the body, and then taking something else to prevent the side effect, and taking something else that's going to help promote more residual good outcomes from whatever you took. And then once you really start to dig deep and go in, then you know if you take something that's going to keep you up, then you know you have to find that specific amount of time to go to sleep, to rest, so that the body can create this homeostasis. So it's about creating a homeostasis. So the one meal every 3 days, the homeostasis to that is that if you don't eat, then the homeostasis to burning those many calories or nutrients or vitamins has to fall in line when you eat that one meal. It has to. So it's like we were taught in How to Eat to Live by Elijah Muhammad to eat, to break it with navy bean soup and toast. So you're immediately getting the healthy carbs, the healthy sugars, the healthy vitamins, the healthy fats to help trigger your body and give the cell what it needs. So you're literally hacking the cell, and once you learn how to hack the cell, then you can learn how to hack the master cell. And the master cell start in the brain, as to what I know now until I further. But there are mast cells all over. But if you break the computer, if you so the master cell is the now that I'm thinking about it, it happens to do with the DNA, right? And then meiosis and mitosis, where cells constantly reproduce themselves. So if you can catch that, now if you literally look at the cell, there's mitochondria, there's cytoplasm, there's endoplasmic reticulum. There's the calcium pump, magnesium pump, potassium pump, sodium pump on the walls. There's ATP, there's ADP, there's CP, which is adenosine triphosphate, creatine phosphate, adenosine diphosphate. Then there is a protein, right? So, and then there's the nucleus, and then there's so much happening. But then there's the master. The nucleus holds the master key to tell the cell what to do, and that's where the DNA is located at. So if you can get there, right, and do things to actually that help to assist. So there's proteins. There's also alpha lyse, something that goes into the cell to protect. So once you learn about the cell, then you learn what foods is needed. Here's the tricky part. Then you have to be consistent at it to actually keep the body going. So if you know that doing this, you're losing magnesium, then you know that you need more magnesium. And what food gives you magnesium? So eating one meal every 3 days is kind of tough. in this day and time, especially if your lifestyle doesn't really like match up to it. So um I'm just thinking because now, like, if you're very, very, very active, you want to master 1 meal every 3 days, you will literally have to be in an environment where it promotes that, where it teaches that, where people talk about that, where people are dealing with how to enhance that and actually complete it and do that. You see, so if you're doing 1 meal every 3 days, but you're just starving and you're living in a shelter, that doesn't really help because you're gonna get sick. So you have to be in an environment where you're always constantly trying to like, all right, let's do it like this. Okay, let's do it like that. Okay, let's do it like this. And then it becomes an experiment with an hypothesis, data, research, all this other stuff, and then the conclusion, then the results, conclusion. You see, so trial and error also. So to get the 1 meal every 3 days is about learning how to biohack the system, and learning how to biohack the system is learning how to biohack the cell and what it does and what it needs. And the faster you can do that, then the cell become learns to work optimally all the time, and not just energy, not just only energy in keeping you up, but energy in healing you when you sleep, energy and thinking, energy and moving, energy and vision, energy and speaking, energy and whatever it is that you would like to do, quick, slow, whatever, grow a limb, I don't know, but the list goes on. You see, so biohacking. This is biohacking on a very low level. I would love to get in the chemistry lab and see what they are doing. So I love biology and microbiology because there's something going on that I would love to know in depth of. So that's why I'm always reading and studying on biology. So there's something else called ethnobotany. That's another topic. Now, ethnobotany is the spiritual root or the essence in which the plant or herb comes from. And when you eat it or drink it, you get a spiritual connection from where that root has taken place. So you're literally hacking into the energy, into the spiritual essence of that plant. And it helps to trigger something in you to help you connect to what it is that you are rooted to, or you are rooting yourself to, or you are trying to gain or learn or open yourself up to or close yourself from. So, and then we're learning that, the marijuana today is being sprayed and cooked with different chemicals to have an effect on the body that will lead you into doing something else that you're not supposed to do. So there are drugs that, but what do you do after? So it really comes down to the discipline of consistently and learning and teaching of doing it so that it becomes a benefit to you and not a disadvantage to you. Make sense? Does it make sense? So that's why people take drugs, because they've learned that it's a beneficial thing. But if you overdo the drug without learning what's doing on the side to counter the side effect, because if you eat too good food, too much of it, you just may overpower yourself with the disease afterwards. Get a big stomach, sleep all the time, too much fiber, you might get the shits. So there's always something. You may get acne or whatever, and too much of something, you give your digestive system may not get enough rest. So yeah, there's a time for everything, and mastering time and mastering timing and mastering intake and mastering the biohack and mastering when what goes into the body is learning how to biohack. That's why they say take certain things at a certain amount of time. So check this out. So if you're a person who needs to get up in the morning and you're fatigued, here's a little trick. You can try oil oregano extract oil, vitamin B complex, and espresso before you go to bed. And then when that alarm comes on, oh, and also magnesium. So when that alarm comes on, you're gonna get up and go, and then you're gonna be like, "Yo, I'm not sleepy," but you may crash later on in the day. But of course, you'll be in the bed by then. I'm talking about good stuff. I ain't talking about bad stuff. But I'm talking about stuff that that I've experienced and done over and over. Another biohack is if you just want to just zoom in, rhodiola, oil oregano, calcium for bed. You can be like this when you get up. Your body, your brain gonna be on. Oh, and vitamin D, duh. So that's biohacking for you. Just from what I know and experience, and I have learned up to thus far, and now I've been learning what I've been doing this whole entire time. Now there's a word for it. So I'm looking to master that. Peace.